Good evening, everyone. I welcome you to another episode of Doc on Radio, Wellness Made Easy, here on Radio Afinju. Doc on Radio is your radio health and wellness show where we give you hands-on and practical health solutions to everyday health problems. Here on the show, we'll make you understand that having good health is not supposed to be difficult, right? Because what we are trying to do here is to enable you live a healthier and normal life. My name is Pearl Durotoye, and together on today's episode, we're going to be discussing a very important topic. We're going to be talking about a very delicate health condition. I've heard about it, you've heard about it. You probably even know one or two persons that are suffering from this health issue. But like I always say, you cannot provide a solution to something you do not understand. You can provide succor to a problem you don't know about. And that is the essence of this show. We're going to be discussing everything you need to know with our health experts that come occasionally on the show, people with years of experience and practice. They are coming on the show to share from their wealth of knowledge so that you can be informed. My name is Pearl Durotoye, but before I get into what we are going to be discussing today, if you're not already following Radio Afinju on all social media platforms, we're on Facebook, X, YouTube, all at Radio Afinju. If you also go to our website at www.afinjufm.com, you will hear us crystal clear as well. Go to Radio Garden or Zeno FM, search for Afinju, and we'll be right there. If you look around me, you will see that this is not the usual. Yes, because we are bringing the hospital to your doorstep. With me today on Doc on Radio is a registered pharmacist. This is somebody that has sold drugs to hundreds and thousands of people. But of course, you can't give people drugs if you don't know what they are suffering from now, right? Yes, you can't. And I'm talking about no other than pharmacist Fashino Babatunde Ademola. I'll go on a very short break now, and when I come back, Doc on Radio is coming back, and we're going to introduce to you what we are discussing for today.
Here on Doc on Radio, we are shining a light on why your well-being should always come first. From everyday health tips to deep medical insight, from nutrition to fitness, from top doctors to latest medical research, we've got it all. Bringing you expert advice, answering your burning questions, and helping you live a healthier and happier life. How cool is that? Join Pearl Durotoye every Monday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. only on Radio Afinju for Doc on Radio. Watch us live and follow Radio Afinju on Facebook and YouTube so you don't miss out. Because your health matters and great health is something you deserve.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good to have you on the show once again.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thanks for answering our call. Okay, so today on Doc on Radio, like I mentioned, this is a very popular health condition that I have heard people are struggling with, they are trying to manage, and I've seen people as well, apart from hearing, I've also seen people that are suffering from this condition, and I understand that it can be life-threatening sometimes. But you, as a professional in this field and as a pharmacist, I'm sure you've had to, at several points in time, attend to people who are struggling with this health condition and have to prescribe drugs to them. So to the layman, if you're going to describe, or if you're going to explain what diabetes is, because that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about diabetes and blood sugar. So if you're going to explain what diabetes is to our audience, what would you say diabetes is?
Well, thank you, and let me appreciate this health awareness program, because it's actually one of the things I can do, the good you can do to people to enlighten them about their health conditions and steps to be taken to actually to manage them.
Yeah.
And I like the way you do your intro.
Thank you, sir.
It's about management of these conditions. You know, Africans we probably talk about cure. You know, and
permanent
cure means that you take away the disease. But there is this condition that has to be managed. It has to be managed. Actually, it's a miracle if actually someone is diabetic and is no more diabetic. I mean, totally
cure.
Yeah, it's going to be a miracle. But even if it happens to be a miracle, it still needs to be scientifically checked and proven.
Yeah.
And well, let me give a small definition of diabetes.
Okay.
Diabetes is actually a medical condition characterized by high blood sugar levels.
Okay.
Sugar is one of the is fuel that drives us. Is a form of energy that drives our activities. As man. You need food, and food is you are getting your sugar, carbohydrates, that drives your activities, daily activities. And the way God actually made our body system, that is a part of us, that is a chemical called insulin that our body produces that regulates this.
It balances
sugar.
everything.
Yes, it regulates the sugar level in our system. And if something happens that probably the pancreas, which actually is the organ that produces the insulin, is having issue, or the insulin is not enough, then diabetes will set in. The sugar is supposed to be controlled in the blood. If it's not controlled, then there will be persistent increase in the blood sugar, and that will now say
person has diabetes. Yes. So it is that absence of the insulin to regulate the blood sugar level.
The absence of insulin, or it may be present and it will not do the work. It will not be effective. So it's either two of them. It's either, and sometimes they are also immune. When I get that under the types of diabetes, that there will be body reaction against the pancreas that produce insulin. And when it's having issues, it will not be able to produce the insulin. Then the patient will not have enough insulin to regulate the blood sugar level, and which actually
so the relationship between diabetes and blood sugar is that blood sugar is a normal glucose level in the body, but diabetes is when it is now above normal.
There is persistent high, or it's actually high blood sugar level. Yes. When the sugar level in the blood is high
all the time.
Normal, consistently or continuously. Then the patient is time to be diabetic.
But you said there are different types. What are the types of diabetes?
We have like 4 main types. There are up to like 6. But let me start from the first one called type 1 diabetes. Type 1 is actually an autoimmune. Is when the body when there is autoimmune reaction against the pancreas. So pancreas is the organ that produces the insulin. So when there is attack on that,
your body is attacking the pancreas.
Yes, it happens. It's like when you do surgery, sometimes they say immunity, autoimmune, the body will start reacting against there may be several factors that causes it. But there is an is from the body itself fighting the pancreas, the organ pancreas. And when it's doing that, then that patient, that's actually type 1 diabetes. Then type 2 diabetes is actually the one characterized by metabolic disorder. The metabolism is how your body handles the food. The metabolism, that the normal process in the body. So when there is disorder in this, and the insulin is not enough
to regulate
the metabolism process, then that's type 2. And I work on type 3 or gestational diabetes, and that happens during pregnancy. Yes, a pregnant woman can actually develop diabetes
if she does not even have it
before she got pregnant. That's gestational diabetes. And the type 4 diabetes, let me try and check. It's actually
so does that mean, apart from pregnant women, does that mean people who don't, I don't know, because I was going to ask if it's also genetic.
It is. When we get there, we can talk about that. But there is secondary diabetes, which is actually due to complication of other
health conditions.
Like if someone is hypertensive and is not being well managed, it may lead to diabetes. If someone has PCOS, is not well managed, it can actually diabetes can set in. So that's secondary diabetes. It's as a result of a primary medical condition, probably that is not well taken care of. Diabetes can come in as a secondary. So that's one. There's several two. That's latent autoimmune diabetes in adults.
Yeah.
It's actually a rare form of diabetes.
Okay.
Type 1 diabetes. I talk about the type 1, which is autoimmune disease. When body immune system attacks and destroys insulin-producing beta cells in pancreas.
Okay, can you share a little light about the autoimmune diabetes? Because you mentioned it is when the body system starts to attack the pancreas. Does the body just suddenly start to attack the pancreas out of the blues?
Well, the autoimmune thing is actually one of the, is one of the medical conditions. Immunity is one of the things that God confer on us as human beings.
To fight against diseases. Yeah.
And sometimes some of those things that fight those diseases, they might not support an organ. And in their own whatever,
while they are doing their job. It is a disease.
Foreign body.
Oh, okay.
And that's why one of the things, if they want to do surgery, transplant, and things like that, they treat people because the body will see that new organ
and try to fight against it. Okay.
So there needs to be autoimmune suppression. That put the patient on autoimmune suppression.
Oh, so that the immune system will not be as active as it should be.
Because if they do, they will surely attack that organ.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So, but the way God actually created the body, our body is done that when something foreign comes in, the body will recognize and fight it off.
Okay.
And when this immunity is when it's not enough, that you see
people fall sick.
Falling sick.
Okay.
The body will first of all try its best to fight any intruder, foreign bodies, and when it's not enough, then see us breaking down having issues.
Okay.
So autoimmune is actually a self-immunity that the body does on its own. So any foreign, so it's actually sometimes malfunction of the body starts. That cancer is actually the abnormal growth.
Yes.
So don't let us go to, but let's say diabetes. So autoimmune, then we have that the immunity, autoimmune fighting the pancreas, the cells of the pancreas.
Is that the most common one amongst the types of
the
diabetes?
one that is actually most common is type 2.
Okay.
Around here, type 2 is very much common because I think because of it comes with age.
Okay.
As you are aging, our body is aging. So some of these organs of the body, when they are getting, it's like when you're using a car.
Yeah, it's getting old. It starts to develop
when we are getting
problems.
Older, our organs start getting older as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes they won't be able to function as
they should
be. So I think type 2 is more common. And secondary, because of people comorbidity. That's when someone is actually treating a disease, another one will come up.
Okay.
And we call them evil twins.
Let's talk more about the secondary type of diabetes.
Okay.
Yes, let's shine a little light on them.
Well, secondary, like I said, is actually it comes when a particular ailment is not being properly handled.
Okay.
If you are actually hypertensive, you have hypertension, that's persistent blood pressure being high, then it's actually when it's not being taken care of, you're not, and probably you are obese. You're still going to get there.
Overweight
when you're
as
obese,
well.
And you're not active, you're not up and doing active, physical activity is very important as well. You're obese, then of course there may be the diabetes might set in, and that's secondary diabetes.
Okay. So how will somebody know that they have diabetes? What are those common signs or symptoms to look out for?
One of the symptoms, let's start with these three symptoms that are very common.
Yeah.
First of all, a diabetic patient will feel that number one, you persistently urinate, frequent urination. There will be increased urination. There will be testiness.
Okay.
When you urinate,
your body is dehydrated.
So you feel thirsty unusually to be increased. Then probably eating too. The person may be feeling hungry
all the time.
So those three symptoms are there. Another one are the symptoms that you can think about is tingling sensations. At the extremities of the body, the tingling sensations. Increased thirst and urination, fatigue, blood pressure, slow healing of cuts and wounds, tingling or numbness in hands and feet. So those are the symptoms you find. You are talking about, those are the symptoms you find. And what the cause and risk factors are actually, we talk about genetics.
Yes, you mentioned that.
Your dad or mom is diabetic, the probability that you may be a diabetic patient
is high. What's the statistic, like how high?
Well,
if we're going to give it a scale,
okay. As it is, it's just like when you know your parents are diabetic, you have to be careful. As you are growing older, you know, with your choice of food. Unfortunately, in Africa or in Nigeria, we have a lot of staple food that are
rich in sugar. Okay, yeah.
You know, so you can dance around the diet style. It's actually one of the major, in fact, because there is normal blood sugar, there's some tests you can do. I call fasting blood sugar, and can do 2 hours postprandial, that's after you've eaten.
Okay.
These are one of the major tests you can do. But the fasting blood sugar is more reliable, and that means that you don't eat and take water for 12 hours before you do the test. I've done it this morning. Okay. I've done mine this morning.
Okay.
I do it periodically.
Okay.
Nobody's getting younger, right? So, and it's supposed to be like the WHO between 5.5 to 7.5 millimole per liter.
Okay.
That's the range. So when mine was 5.2 this one when I did it. So it's actually something you have to do. So when I'm talking about the test.
Yeah.
So when you do the test, it helps you to know that okay, you can do it periodically.
Yeah.
You can do it. And you are talking about the symptoms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I talk about of course, increased urination, fatigue, blood fission, slow healing of cuts and wounds, then tingling and numbness in hand and feet.
In hand and feet.
Yes.
We have emphasized that diabetes is the presence of consistent high blood sugar.
Yes.
And remember, our discussion today is around diabetes and blood sugar.
Yes.
Is it also a problem if the blood sugar is low?
Well, of course, blood sugar can be low, though yes, it may be one of the problems. I was actually talking about the lifestyle changes that one of the ways after you probably diagnose with diabetic or you check your sugar level and you think it's getting high abnormally, maybe it's getting 6, 7. One of the first things you should do is you do your lifestyle modification, your dietary changes.
Yeah.
So you mean you not that you don't take that carbohydrates, but you reduce it drastically. Then you take a lot of proteinous stuff, veggies, vegetables and fruit. And so that would be more of the food you take and reduce carbohydrates drastically. Then you can help your body to handle your sugar level.
Okay.
You still have energy from the protein
that you're eating
and the vegetables and the whatever.
And you know, you said it that especially in this part of the world, a lot of our diets are rich in carbs. And in what other way do you think we can like work around it or try to manage it aside eating just protein? Because let's be very honest, protein is not exactly cheap.
No, it may not be cheap, but you still have to, you have to prioritize your health. You know, in Africa or in Nigeria, here, people can buy, you can buy wares, thousands of naira, but when it comes to taking their health, they feel like, this money is high.
Yeah.
But I think it's priority. You lay priority on your health and you spend on your health. When you eat a lot of protein stuff, a lot of veggies, a lot of fruits, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. So not like you don't eat carbohydrates, but you're going to reduce it drastically. And it's one of the ways you can. That's lifestyle medication. It's one of the ways you can do about it. Another thing is actually you monitor your blood sugar level frequently. You do it maybe once in a month or do it twice in a month. And then you can of course there are drugs for the medications that can help.
Talking about monitoring blood level once or twice a month, are there like homemade tests that a person can carry out outside of going to the hospital?
Yes, you can do it in lab, but this is age of technology. There are a lot of what we call blood monitoring machines. You can use it to check your sugar level. Glucometer. Call it glucometer. It's very common. You can easily get it and you can be taught the way to do it.
On your own, you can test it by yourself at
all. A lot of other people that are diabetic, they are doing that and doing it fantastically. They do it and record it and bring it to the hospital for the doctors to check that if they actually, when they know the range, you can tell them, because this is actually about about balancing. You know, you don't want your sugar to go to the extreme.
Yes.
And you shouldn't get too low. Another question about the being low. Being low is one of the issues that a diabetic patient do have, because in the process of trying to reduce the blood sugar level, if you are not too careful, you can reduce it to a level that may not support light activities.
Oh wow.
And that's why you see some of the diabetic patients, they collapse. Yes, they go into sugar shock.
Yeah,
they go into shock. In the advanced world, diabetic patients wear a particular necklace.
Okay.
That kind of ring they use, so that when things happen to you, on your body, they know that what's happening.
Yes.
Okay, this is diabetes because of the ring or the necklace you are using. You know that this is what they're supposed to do to remedy you.
Okay.
So some of the patients know that when issues like that happen, they look for a absorbable sugar to take.
Okay. Like
all these minerals,
sweets, minerals,
so
soft drinks,
take and give their body
the sugar that it needs. Okay.
Because we actually need sugar too.
Yes, we do.
So it's about balancing. What is sugar to do the normal activities, or when it's getting too much, or when there is not being controlled.
Yes.
By the organs that are supposed to control the system, it's not an issue. So when you are taking the medications, you are helping the body to control the sugar, so that it's not become an issue. But whatsoever when you now drop, it become an issue. Serious one.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. So now, from a third person point of view, because you said something about sugar shock, and I believe that is somewhat of an emergency. So from a third person point of view, because remember I mentioned that sometimes it is not just it is not only when you are suffering from this issue that's when you should be concerned. You can know people that are suffering from it. So how can you help? So from a third person point of view, if you witness somebody that is diabetic or they are having a sugar shock at the moment, how can we help them? How can we play our own role?
Well, that's what I say. I appreciate the organization for this kind of health awareness, because it goes in a long way. It's not someone that is not diabetic today, maybe diabetic tomorrow. It's not a cause, but it's good to know much about our health, especially because diabetes is not even just common to adults.
Children too.
Children are they all call pediatric diabetes. All this can happen in children, but it's more common among the adults. Well, it's good to really be knowledgeable about it. Like I said, where things works in the developed world, the diabetes patient has a particular necklace or ring or something on them that immediately you see someone that's having collapse or something.
You already know what they need. Yeah.
So, and of course, there's a lot of other things, insulin and things like that. Though insulin is when the patient was having very high sugar, so to bring it down. But this one is when the sugar is low, to quickly give something glucose that can quickly
absorb into the body.
Yes, I have the patient to come back.
Okay, thank you, sir. You mentioned pediatric diabetes.
Yes.
I believe that is mostly common for children whose parents already or one of both parents or both parents are diabetic, and so they pass the gene.
Nowadays we eat a lot of junks. And, you can see sometimes our children, they are overweight.
True.
So, and we have this funny mentality: when you are not robust and big,
you are healthy.
They think you are not enjoying it.
Okay.
Like so some patients actually overfeed their children.
A lot of processed foods, sweet juice, sweets, chewing gum, and all of that,
which actually contributes to being diabetic. So it's even on the rise among the children now.
Okay.
And I think this is more among the elites. It's more among the elites. It's more among the, but we are talking about the sugar control. And it's basically more of intake. Most of the patients or people that the parents are diabetic, they will be that they want to have issue will be later. And it will be earlier. But most of the people is later in life when
okay. I quickly want to point this out, still on the pediatric diabetes. Remember, because I heard they said, children are usually very, very active, and so they need even more sugar in their diet. I don't know how true that is. Can you share a little light on that?
They need, since our primary school days talk about balanced diet.
Yes.
Your food has to be a balanced one. When you balance, are good to go. But we're talking about being overfed and eating a lot of junks.
Yeah.
When you are eating too much junks, it can actually be a trigger factor for diabetes.
Okay. Because of our time, let's quickly go into the myth versus facts segment, where I'm going to just give one or two statements about diabetes, and you're going to tell us, is this true or is it not? And the first statement I have here, it says diabetes can be caused by eating too much sugar.
Yes and no. Yes, if the person has good insulin production in the system, it can handle it. The life is about moderation. And no, if you overwork your insulin, your pancreas. Okay. So moderation is the keyword.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, moderation. The second statement here says type 2 diabetes is mild.
It's not mild though. It's not mild because if it's not well taken care of, that's a lot of amputation, a lot of really very nasty thing. Wound not healing. People are having it and not managing it. Because the word is actually managing. Yeah. When you manage it well, you're good to go. We heard of people like former president of this country being diabetic. Being diabetic maybe when he was in his 40s. And Baba is almost 90.
Right.
But if you ask him, he manages quite well.
Yeah. And that brings me to my last statement here, because it says that diabetics can live a normal life.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Diabetics, even HIV patients can live a normal life.
Yes.
There is no disease that cannot be well taken care of. And that was one of the good things that when you notice anything, talk out.
Yes.
You don't think that's the end of the world. Seek professional advice.
Yes.
Talk to people. Surely you find.
And always go for routine tests. People don't like going to the hospital. They like to think anytime they go to the hospital is more bills accumulated. They are thinking of the money they are going to spend.
I think it's better you pay bills and be healthy.
Yes.
A lot of people are dying because of things that can be well taken care of.
Yes.
Ordinary malaria kills people. Because when you think too much, I think the wrong priority. When you put bill above your head, it's wrong.
Okay.
You follow what's about getting better.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pharmacist Fashino. It has been really enlightening on this evening's episode. Thank you for sharing from your knowledge. And even I myself, I've learned so much about diabetes. And this is where we're going to be ending this evening's episode. I don't know if you have some final words for our audience back at home.
Well, it's just about the other management. We talk about herbs and things like that. Most of the herbs are not being well proven.
Right.
They are not being well proven. Even if you are on an herb, I would say advise you make sure that you do your testing.
Yes.
When you do your testing, if your herb is working, That's why it has to be a kind of something that you have to be knowledgeable about it by yourself.
Yes.
If you are taking the herb, take the herb, go and check it.
Yes.
And the checking has to be repeated over some time. Because I check it and I'm okay. And for months you just go off the line like that. It's not done.
Especially knowing that you may not be diabetic now, but it's possible in the nearest future.
Sure. And that's why you need to keep checking. Maybe quarterly, go for proper
checkup at the hospital.
Yes, I think it's better.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Hopefully when we call on you again, you're going to answer us. All right. And with that, we'll come to the end of today's episode of Doc on Radio. Trust me, I know I have learned something. I don't know about you, but I'm sure you've learned something as well. But you know what? Do well to join us again, or join me again next week on Doc on Radio, while we discuss another important health solutions. Don't forget to follow Radio Afinju on all social media platforms at Radio Afinju, especially Facebook, where you can watch our live stream, and on YouTube as well. My name remains Pearl Durotoye, and with me on the show I have had Thank you. And like I always say, good health is a journey, not a destination. Until I come your way again next time, have a fantastic week.